Hey Life Path Force, welcome to my channel. This is Lotus Magic. Today I am bringing you your 2019 forecast, and I'm doing these readings a little different than what I usually do because I normally do astrological signs, but there are an abundance of astrological readers on YouTube, so I wanted to do a reading based on a different vibrational aspect, and that is through numerology. I love numerology because it's very practical, and astrology is very complex. So just getting a reading on your sun sign is actually very limited, because we are actually all 12 signs. All 12 signs make up our whole being. Um, but there are certain signs and houses and things that are more dominant in our chart and dominant in our lives. So I wanted to go through numerology just to offer a more simpler yet practical aspect to our vibration and in our energy. So if you don't know your life path number, there is an example on how to find that out at the in the description. And excuse me, I'm drinking sparkling wine. Um, so you can look down there, get an example. But if you know your life, if you know your life path 4, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this reading. But if you don't, if you're not really sure what your life path is, you might want to stop here, figure that out, so that way you're watching the correct video. I will say this: we are um, our life path number does consist of two different vibrations that become one. So for example, being a life path 4, if your birthday adds up to a 13, you embody the vibration of 1 and 3, and it's almost like mom and dad. Okay, mom is 1, 3 is dad. I'm not saying really like your parent, but I'm just saying in terms of our energy, our mother energy, father energy, vibration, if we had to say it that way. Just for example, you're made up of 1 and 3, and that makes you the 4. Okay, so it could be also be helpful if you watch, if you are 13, watching the vibration for the 1 video and the 3 video and the 4 video to get a broader perspective on the vibrations that you may encounter or the experiences you may encounter for this year 2019. I hope that made sense. That might be a little, more complex. So if you're new, just kind of keep it basic, keep it simple, and just watch, your life path number. But for those of you that know what I'm talking about, you may want to watch all 3. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with this reading. So the energy I'm picking up overall for life path 4s are that many of you are kind of stuck in your past, and you're kind of carrying that over to 2019. So this year you're going to be working a lot with letting go of your past. That's kind of your main theme for this year, letting go of your past so that you're able to make better decisions. So your oracle guidance message comes from the angel of relaxation, and it says, let go of desired outcomes and you'll get what you want. So many of you life path 4s in the collective have been really feeling down about, this may pertain to like certain goals that you've been trying to accomplish, um, or just looking at your life as if you're supposed to be in a certain place, and because you're not, it's making you feel kind of down. And the angel of relaxation is really saying that it's time for you to let go, remove yourself from the desired outcomes, detach yourself from where you think you are supposed to be, or what you have, what you want to accomplish. Not really letting go of your goal, but letting go of the outcome so that you can really embrace the journey of getting there. You're very focused on the destination. Just an example, um, you wanted to make $100,000 this past year. You didn't, and you're very focused on that. So because you didn't, now you're kind of in this funk about not making it. And so you need to let go of the desired outcomes and really enjoy the process. Okay? Relax, tap into your third eye, and definitely tap into some sort of spiritual guidance this year so that you can keep that emotional balance and understand that everything is happening for a reason. And sometimes we're not where we want to be in a certain moment because we really don't need to be. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to get there. There just may be things along the way that we need to do, see, learn, process before we can get to that desired outcome. But you're so focused on the desired outcome that sometimes it messes with our decision making, and that can involve taking shortcuts, making bad decisions, because we're moving too hastily, making hasty decisions instead of tapping into our third eye, using our intuition, signs and synchronicities and things to guide us. It's like moving too fast, and it actually delays us getting to the outcome when we do that. So relax, don't focus on the outcome, focus on tapping into your going within, tapping into yourself, and so that you can make the right decisions on when things arise. You're able to make the right decisions to get you where you need to go versus just looking at things. It's like, this is a complete exaggerated example, but it's almost like I could you're being your goal is to get $100,000, and you're presented with an opportunity to go rob a bank to get the 100,000, or you can get it quick, or you can put in extra hours and do extra things to get it, and you choose to go rob the bank because you're so focused on the goal of getting the 100,000. You're not realizing that robbing that bank is actually the worst decision you can make for yourself, and it's going to end up setting you back. So that's a completely exaggerated example, but I hope that it just clarified what I'm trying to say. So where you need to focus your energy for 2019 is on healing. And definitely healing your third eye. And a lot of this lack of good decision making and judgment is due to you not being connected to yourself and your intuition and following your intuition. So because you're not connected, you're not seeing the signs and synchronicities, you're not really thinking clearly, and it's probably because you're moving too fast. You need to slow down and think before you act, think before you decide, weigh all the options. Don't just look at decisions as, will it get me what I want? Look at it from a broader perspective, and that's, is this going to make me lose my integrity? Is this going to be a good decision for my family? Like, look at everything from a broader perspective, and you need to do some healing. Also, what I'm picking up is a lot of these decisions that you have made have really caused you to look at yourself in a negative way. So you also need to focus your energy on having some compassion. Usually this card relates to having compassion and not being so judgmental towards other people, but I feel like that's really not what it's applying to for you. I think this is more or less with yourself, having more compassion with yourself. The decisions that you made in the past, because I feel like, again, a lot of you are holding on to like things from the past as it pertains to yourself. So decisions that you've made in the past and things like that, it's not serving you any good to continuously beat yourself up about decisions that you've made in the past. It's not helping you. It's actually delaying you. It's tiring you out, and it's making you disconnect from yourself even more, because now, because you're dwelling on all these decisions you made in the past that may not have gotten you to the results that you want, you're starting to not trust yourself, and that affects your decision making, which means that when you don't trust yourself, you're starting to trust in people and things that really aren't leading you towards in the right direction. Okay, you're not going with your gut. You're not paying attention to the signs and synchronicities around you, and that's not, it's simply because you're not showing yourself some compassion. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are not signs of being a failure. The only people that fail are people who try nothing. People who make mistakes often become the most successful because they ultimately begin to understand that mistakes are simply just opportunities for learning. So look at your past mistakes as opportunities to learn, okay? Learning how to make better decisions, definitely learning how to trust yourself more, because maybe you've been too trusting of other people, and these people are not getting you where you need to go. They're actually making the situation worse. So have some compassion and a little less judgment towards yourself, and really tap into some form of spirituality that's going to help you understand and connect with yourself more. Okay, that's definitely what you need to focus on um, for this year. Trusting yourself more and letting go of the past. Your healing insight message comes from the Golden Healer. It's the ultimate healing crystal. It is the number 27. So a lot of ending with the negativity in the past, focusing on the past. But um, you need to allow your soul rather than your ego be your guide. And again, this is where tapping into your intuition is key, because that's your soul speaking to you, rather than your ego that's telling you um it's you're battling between, and it kind of goes back to that decision. Your ego says you can rob the bank, you're not going to get caught, go ahead, you're good, you can do it. But your soul was telling you, just work a little harder, do this instead of that, and you override your soul with your ego. So it's time for you to tap back into your soul, which is definitely a third eye. Your third eye is going to help you do that, and it's also going to help you do things with more integrity. And because you're aligning with your spiritual self and your Christ consciousness and your spirituality, which is so important, it's going to help keep you on that right track to keep your character intact as you're trying to get it. Because what you've done in the past definitely had was out of character. You've done a lot of things that were out of character for you, and you're beating yourself up about that. But again, you've made mistakes, learn from them, and try again. Okay, just from your soul this time, and not your ego. Someone clinging to the past holds you back. Encourage them to let go. You may be asked to transform your environment or take on a challenging task. So for many of you this year, you're going to really need to let go of people that keep you clung to your past, okay? Old friends, old situations, the people that kind of tempt you to take these shortcuts and do things that are out of your character. You're gonna have to gain the strength to walk away from these people, create the space you need, and take a look at your environment and change your environment so that you're surrounding yourself with people who are on a better path, doing things the right way, vibrating on a higher level, so that you're not encouraged to fall back into any of your old patterns, okay? Healing flows through you. It is a process, not something you do. So again, it goes back to this having compassion on yourself and judgment as you're going through this healing process, okay? It's not easy. And yes, it does require you to face your past, take accountability, ownership over the things that you've done. But it's not, revisiting all these things is not so that you can beat yourself up and judge yourself. It's really so that you can say, hey, this is what I did. Why shouldn't I have done this? How can I do it better? And then make better decisions. So really focus on changing your environment, and walking away from people that really aren't serving you on a higher level to get where you want to go. Okay, blockages for 2019 that you're going to need to work on. We have the Six of Cups. So again, I'm kind of now seeing this in two different ways. It's really confirming the need to walk away from people in your past. Now I'm looking at, so in one aspect, here's you, and then here are things and situations of your past, people of your past that are, holding you back. But even more strongly, I feel like you're holding on to, cups represent emotions. You're holding on to emotions and judgments of yourself. You're stuck in this looking back at your past. So this could even be you looking back at yourself and holding on to the emotions of how some of your past decisions have gotten you into this slump, this predicament that you're in, and you need to let all that go, okay? You should only be looking back to reevaluate, not to hold on and stay stuck there and judge yourself, because when you put yourself in that situation, you tend not to do what you need to do better, because you're judging yourself as if, oh, maybe I am horrible, maybe I'm just a failure, maybe I am, and then that prevents you from doing the healing and the work you need to do better. So you definitely need to shed some light, because here we have the Sun. Shed some light on your past and on your past transgressions, but let's not live there, okay? And let go. See how tight, like it's like you're holding on to dear life to these emotions, and it's tiring, and it's making you disconnect from yourself. Okay? So what's blocking you most definitely is too much looking back in the past, too much holding on to the past, too much holding on to the feelings, and you need to just let it go. Okay? Also with the Sun, I'm feeling like it's a new day and it's time to do things a new way. Okay? The past is the past. There's nothing you can do to change it. The only thing you can do is reflect and do better. Okay? Use your past, use your history to understand your present, and use that to help propel you into a different type of future. So the outcome of 2019, I got Judgment card and the Hermit. So I feel like what's going to happen if you do the work, the healing, the letting go of the past, letting go of people who keep you stuck there, changing your environment, the outcome of all of that, going within, okay? The outcome, if you go within this year, and the Hermit card is all about withdrawal, take some time away, relax, okay? So taking time away, going within, tapping into your intuition, your inner self, relying on yourself a little bit more to make decisions, because here we have the Hermit. He's wearing gray. Gray always indicates to me it's like a color of decisions, being on the fence and things like that. So you're definitely going to, and brown is like emotional stability. Okay. So you're taking this time to go within into hermit mode to gain some emotional stability. Reflect. Okay. Not dwell, just reflect. Will help you see, because here he has this torch. It will help you begin to see how you can make better decisions, how to have better judgment. Okay, judgment of people, judgment of yourself, judgment of situations, so that you can materialize your goals and aspirations, or whatever it is that you're trying to bring into the physical world. Okay, I feel like if you do the work, you're going to have the power, because we have the solar plexus, which is our ego, our willpower, our motivation to do what we need to do. You're going to have that willpower, and your ego is going to be in check, and you're going to operate from a more soul level, and you're going to be able to make better decisions. Okay, so it's really important that you go within this year and put it into, because 9 is the number of endings, put it into all that judgment of yourself and lack of compassion on yourself, dwelling on the past, holding on to the past, letting all that go, and going within, healing, doing the healing. You're going to definitely be a better decision maker, and you're going to make better decisions that get you to where you need to your desired outcome a lot faster than making hasty decisions. Okay, you're going to be taking more time to think things through, look at things from all perspectives, all angles, and because of that, your decision making is going to be from a place of peace, because 20 is a number of 2 is a 2 vibration. So you're going to be making decisions that come from a place of peace and not a place of haste. Okay, because when you move in haste, you just you don't really, you're not as discerning, and you're not thinking things through properly. So do the work, and you will definitely find that your decision making capabilities will be more keen and in line with your true character, and it's going to get you to that desired outcome a lot faster. Don't focus on the outcomes, just focus on making all the right decisions that will get you there. Okay, and the universe will manifest your outcomes that much faster. All right, Life Path Force. Until next time, love and light.